A lot of people ask me, Sushil, why do you say namaskar, namaste, and not good morning or good afternoon? In India, in our religion, in our culture, we believe that every human being has a Atma, soul, and God is Param Atma, God is Supreme Soul. So whenever we meet one another, we bow little, we bring both hands together, and we say Namaste. It means I respect soul in you and you are respecting soul in me. I am respecting God in you and you are respecting God in me. I am respecting good qualities in you and you are respecting good qualities in me. And that's why we say namaskar or namaste. We don't say good morning or good afternoon because every morning is good in India. Hinduism is one of the oldest religion of the world. Scholars say that it is at least 8,000 years old. And in comparison to other religion, Hinduism has no founder, no prophet, no fixed doctrine. And that's why it is said that Hinduism is not a religion, but a way to lead a life. Hindu term is a geographical term. Hindu, it means the people who are living between Himalaya and Indian Ocean. Before 1950, the Indian Ocean, it was called as Indo-Ocean. If you go to the National Archive, you will find the old maps still have written Indo-Ocean. So people who are living between Himalayan and Indo-Ocean, they were called Hindu. In Hindu religion, there are 330 million gods and goddesses. You must have heard this 330 million gods and goddesses, but it is not true. Most of the foreigner writer, author, they have misinterpreted. They have translated it wrongly, and that's why they had written 330 million gods and goddesses. Actually, in Hindu religion, there are 33 types of gods and goddesses. And out of this 33 types of gods and goddesses, there are three main gods, Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. Brahma, he is known as the creator of this universe, and Vishnu, who runs this entire universe. And the third god is called Shiva. Shiva is the god of death, or god of destruction, or god of recreation. In Hindu religion, we believe that God's power lies in their wives, their consort. Brahma, he is known as the god of creation. And for creation, what do you need? For creation, you need knowledge, wisdom. And his wife, Saraswati, she is the goddess of wisdom. The second god is Vishnu, who runs this entire universe, who operates. And for operating, for running, what do you need? You need money, you need wealth. And Vishnu wife, Lakshmi, she is the goddess of wealth. And the third god is Shiva. Shiva is the god of death, or god of destruction, or god of recreation. And for destruction, what do you need? You need power, you need energy. And his wife is the goddess of power, goddess of his strength, Parvati. And that's why the word God itself says G stands for generator, O stands for operator, and D stands for destroyer. Generator, operator, destroyer, in a simple term, we say God. G, generator, O stands for operator, and D stands for destroyer. Birth, death, and rebirth. That is the foundation of the religion. We believe that every human being has a Atma and the God is Paramatma, God is the supreme soul. So cycle of this birth and rebirth that is going on. And the aim of the life is to get out of this cycle of birth and rebirth. The aim of the life is to get rid of this bondage of life. And how we can achieve that? That is by acquiring the merits. When we take care of parents, society, environment, when we strike the right balance, then our soul become the part of the supreme soul, and we never come to this world again. And that is the goal of the life, that is the aim of the life. And for that goal, for that aim, every Hindu strives for in his lifetime. And that's why for Hindu, the most important is to get rid of this bondage of life. For Hindu, the most important is to get rid of this cycle of birth and rebirth. And that's why sometimes when you go to a Hindu temple, you do not find a lot of people there. Because it is not mandatory like some other religion to go for a weekly prayer. For Hindu, or what most of the Hindu do, they make a small temple in their home, and whatever time suits them, whatever time convenient to them, they worship. Mostly they visit a temple when there is some festival of birthday of Lord Rama or Lord Krishna. And that form of worship, means religiously going to a temple, is not required. They worship in their own home. There is another very important principle in Hindu religion, that is the theory of karma. As you sow, so shall you reap. आप जैसा करोगे वैसा भरोगे. We believe that every action has a reaction. Whatever action you do in your daily life, that will come back to you. If you do a good karma, good action, that will come back. And if you do similarly the bad karma, bad action, that will also come back to you. For example, if you go today and you plant a seed, one day that seed will grow as a tree. It will give fruit. So definitely one day you will get fruit. So this action brought reaction, it brought result. Similarly, but some action you will get result quickly, very short span of time. For some action you get result in 20 years, 10 years. Like in this case, if you plant a tree seed today, it will take 15, 20 years maybe to get a fruit. But there are some action that you can get result instantly. For example, if I go today and if I put my hand in fire, the fire will burn my hand. So in that case, I got the result instantly. So that was just a brief introduction about a Hindu religion. As I said, that it is just a way of life, and by practicing, by understanding it, I think we find ourselves on the right path. As we say that different rivers finally meet to the ocean, we also believe in Hindu religion that like different rivers finally come to our ocean, similarly the different religion finally bring you to the same God. Ways can be different, but goal is same. ओम सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामया, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मा कश्चित् दुःख भाग् भवेत्. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Peace, Om Peace, Om Peace.